many people many times will look back and say, that was very insensitive.
Okay, but you've made it a habit to be controversial though about
I don't think
so
it's,
many different things, even if it's as simple as, I mean, controversial in terms of what people expect normally in society or used to.
yeah,
I think one of the first goat races, you went out with nipple rings. I think
one.
shirt off.
Um,
Of course, Ugandans were like, "Whoa, what's happening here?" you know. Then, if I think about the things that have jumped out, you went on a night run, I
a
think.
naked night one.
A
We've done that a
naked
couple of
night
times. Yeah,
run. You seem to enjoy not having clothes on.
yeah, but that's one thing aside. That's one thing unto itself. But it's not like many times
Is
what
that
people
you
need to
just
understand.
being you or
Yeah,
trying
it's
to?
me being you. It's me being me. You don't court the controversy. And if you look at it, out of
Some
the
people do.
some people
Intentional.
do, but it usually comes out. And sometimes if you look at it outside the context of Uganda, some of these things are not controversial. A lot of them are not controversial. It's not controversial for college students to do a naked run. It happens in a lot of universities around the world. Again, out of Uganda, out of the Ugandan context, many of these things are not. Nipple rings are very controversial in other countries. It's just that here, in this setting, a lot of these things come across as controversial. But it's a norm in other countries. I get hit sometimes by my car, and guys are like, "You're such a short. Why would you hit a car like that?" And I'm like, in a different world, people do this on a daily. They have the roof open or whatever. They do this on a daily. Here, it might come across as, "Oh, you're looking for attention," but no, it's just a person. You like something and you do it. I've never liked shirts. I like shorts.
You do post about your car a lot, though.
For two reasons. One, it's good for, in the industry, it's good to have branding. You need to have some kind of branding.
Now we're getting to it.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I understand my trade as well. You got to have some branding. People have to identify you by something. And it's funny. I was once watching a Chris Brown interview, a very old one. And this is Chris Brown. He was like, he went to this customized shop to get his car worked on. And he was like, "Oh, now when I roll up to the club, everybody's going to know I'm there." And I didn't get it, but I understood that for brands, you have to have a presence.
Yeah.
You have to have a presence somehow. And it's why people do a lot of crazy things. They have outstanding haircut, their dress style, so that you can feel the brand.
So you can stand out.
Yeah, it's got to stand out. There's that angle to it. But then the other one is, I know it pissed off a lot of people. That didn't piss them off. It rubs them the wrong way. So I like to, poke them a little bit. Ding, 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 ding. They're like, "Oh, you don't like this guy," but it's fun to play with people. It's a psychological joke I play sometimes.
Yeah. So you do tend to be quite controversial on your social media. I mean, that's the industry we're in right now. Social media is very powerful.
Yeah.
And
I'm toning it down though.
You did say that, sometimes you've made mistakes, and I have to bring up something that happened recently.
Yeah.
There's a personality here in Uganda who had her nude pictures leaked just recently.
Yeah.
And I'm speaking of what I know, which is I saw 2 of your posts. One was either you were starting a challenge.
I wasn't starting it. I was jumping onto it.
Or jumping onto a challenge.
Yeah.
Regarding her situation.
Yeah.
And the second was something about staying indoors with a bottle of body lotion.
Yes, there were those two. I actually got rid of one real early. But anyway.
Yeah, I think you took them down. So that
yes, I did take them down eventually.
Yeah. We're living in an age of cyberbullying, and especially with what you know.
Yeah.
What you're constantly finding out.
Yeah.
As a media personality.
Yeah. You know what? Life is a learning process. And I don't think there's a point we get to where we're completely in control of it and we understand it. So many times, and you fall down many times, you will always fall down. The most important thing is understanding you made a mistake and you walk away from it and learn from it. If it happened again, that would be a problem, all right?
I think so. Because
that would be a problem.
You do know her. You've met her.
Yes,
right?
I know her. I've met her. We're in the industry.
Her.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I know her. Yeah, I don't have a number, sadly, but yeah, I know her.
But I have to come back to cyberbullying and the fact that so many people do it, but especially for someone in your position with your following, it's amplified to another level.
I'll explain where I came from. I came from something that's integral to me, which is I'm a very light person, and even my family has said, you need to get serious about certain things. One of my flaws, personality flaws, is I don't take too many things serious. It's a very big problem. It's a very big problem, and I try to deal with it. But I try to make light of a serious situation. Maybe I didn't do it right, but my perspective was that one, people need to laugh off these things. They do happen. They do happen, but I think when you take something a little bit too serious, you know, you shouldn't be too serious about it. In my opinion, for starters, you know, I'm okay with those pictures. It's a pity they leak, you know, but we shouldn't really go in on the fact that this happened in terms of
But if you make fun of it, you are going
no,
in.
you're lightening a situation.
No, you're not. For you, not for the person who's involved.
That's possible. That is true. But then when you give it a lighter, you know, a little lighter angle, when I was trying to push out there, maybe I didn't do it right, was that, listen guys, this happened. Let's laugh about it. Let's laugh about it. Sure, it's tough on her, and you know, there's a lot of implications, stuff like career and everything, but we must be able to laugh at certain things at one point, especially when the milk is spilled. Sometimes it doesn't spill right, sometimes it spills on somebody, but we've got to stand up and just make a crack out of it. Because when you fail to lighten a situation, you know, life loses it. And I think that's where I appreciate comedy, that comedy is able to get some of the most serious situations and try to make light of them. We've got to lighten up on people's mistakes. We've got to lighten up on all these political tensions. We've got to lighten up on these things. And that's where I came from.